I'm Ran, and this is Simon. Oh, wait, that's SJ. No, I'm SJ. Simon, and then Simon can't make it. Ran can't make it tonight. And so it's going to be Simon and I talking about the Australia tour, and we'll get a little bit of the women's team and those training tops, man. Woof. So teach me how to Wrexham. You know, we don't know a lot. We try to learn all about things Wrexham. And so that's what we're going to do. Okay. How are you, Simon? Excited for Melbourne?
Good, yes, getting ready to pack. So a little bit anxious, but yeah, happy to be going now. And yeah, cannot wait. Cannot wait. So
Nice.
it should be a good day out. A good night
You're
out,
gonna-
actually.
Oh, it's an evening match?
7:40, 7:30 kickoff PM, something like that.
So, it's gonna be. What day is it? It's gonna be Friday night under the lights.
Friday
Instead of
night,
a
under the
Tuesday
lights,
night?
under the roof. And surprisingly, they're not playing it at the Melbourne Victory home ground, which is a purpose-built football stadium. They're going to be playing it at one of the AFL grounds that has a roof and is larger capacity. So Amy Park, where Melbourne Victory play, holds 30,000. Where they're playing on Friday will hold 50. So it's going to be interesting to see how many are there.
I thought I saw Bestest Little Sister say that they weren't maybe having the whole ground open. Have you heard that?
Yeah, they may not have some of the upper tier on the side that's going to have the camera. I'd assume they're going to fill up the two ends and the side that the camera will be watching on. And the broadcast side will be the last one to fill up. So if they don't sell out, that will be where the empty bays are.
Do you remember? I don't remember. There was a team we played last season where they had the empty stand where the camera was, and it looked like there was like nobody there. I don't remember who it was, but it was like so funny because it was just like there was like 6 people over there, and all you could hear was Wrexham fans just like, bah! Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So how long are you gonna stay? I know you're staying with Bestest Sister, but are you
The weekend, really just the weekend.
Weekend?
So yeah, and back the day after or 2 days after the match. So yeah, I love them, but that's why I live 500 k's away.
Well, I love you, Meg. And David. Hello, David.
And David too, yes. So we will all be there. I've got the tickets organised. I need to SMS the tickets and things to them. So we've all got our little digital pass to get into the ground. So it's going to be a good afternoon, the Friday afternoon and evening beforehand. Hopefully meeting up with a few people who have come over. You know, I think it's Platform 28. I haven't been living in Melbourne for 20 years, so the new bars and things are well beyond my knowledge. So I will find out where we're drinking.
I was going to ask, I was going to ask if there was any kind of like fan stuff, if you heard anything about players, because
I've just seen a short with my football team, Hawthorn.
I saw
think
that.
some fans, and that's Connor Nash, one of my favourite players, an Irishman, who came over.
That's Aussie rules, right?
Aussie rules, yeah, proper footy, where you actually kick the football. You use your foot to kick the ball, hence the term
It's
football.
not round.
It's not round throw egg, it's actually
That's the only way I do.
Ball, yeah. But in throw egg, you kick it, like 3 times a game, which is why you guys are now all hiring Australian kickers to come over there and show you how to use your foot to kick a football. But anyway, Wayne Jones is popping over. There's going to be a pop-up turf in one of the venue rooms, so I'll certainly pop along to that, and a couple of there's bars around the place that we'll be hosting, so we'll just go along and see and do a bit of a pub crawl before we go in.
Nice. Yeah, Red Horde, I don't remember the guy's name, but the Red Horde guy, he set up a lot of stuff up for the Vancouver Whitecaps. He set some stuff up, and then, we went to the Welsh Society and had a couple of things. So it was pretty cool. I saw that Ben Tozer and Ben Foster are going down there. I wonder what kind of official capacity. I'm assuming they're not just there to spy on
ambassadors, official Wrexham ambassadors. So the club's paid for them to go out, shake some hands, kick a ball or two, and sign some autographs. So
shake hands, kiss babies, shake babies, kiss hands.
There will be Bens everywhere. So hopefully I catch up with them and give them a wave and get a signature or two.
Yeah. give them one of our stickers. Yeah.
I will take some stickers up. I will take some stickers up.
Yeah. When I met him at Stockport, I gave him a couple of stickers so you can tell him you got them from the sticker girl.
Not more bloody stickers. We come down to Australia to avoid the stickers, and there's more stickers.
I don't know if I mentioned this. When I went to COSM, I ran into a couple of Aussies and their families. There's 2 guys, a lady, and a couple of kids. And the guys' names were like so generic white guy. It was like Dale and Greg or something. Like, it was just not memorable in any way. I mean, it was like Chip and Dale or something. You know, it could have been the Rescuers. But they were super nice, and they listened to the pod. So if you're listening, thank you. And and I gave them a bunch of stickers, and then I was like, I don't know. It was so crazy and messy there. I thought people would hang out afterwards, and then everybody just disappeared, and I was like, hi, anybody? So, yeah. Anyways, so maybe if you run into Chip or Dale, you can give them more stickers.
Hopefully they'll be wearing pants, not like the chipmunks. They wear pants, so we will find out. I'll look for 2 blokes not wearing pants, and go, right.
I know, I was like, I don't... They got Chip and Dale. They got the Rescuers, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, they're the whole, like, cartoon society. Somebody could make a lot of money making little cartoon pants for those people. Anyways, you could see what we talk about when Rand's not here. Cartoon pants.
We will get in trouble from the boss if we keep this up.
But speaking of clothing, pants, segue, kits, Wrexham kits, not here, but the training tops are like Space Invader, Technicolor, nah. So
I like the Welsh knitted blanket, crochet blanket thing. That that hook up. That we've actually got a building down here, part of the university. And they've designed the outside to look like a prisoner woven blanket from when the women got transported here 200 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And there's quilts that they made, and they've designed the building on the outside to look like that. So I think it's pretty cool. It's certainly eye-catching. We will put it that way.
Somebody was like, "Is that for $1 million?" And I just kept thinking, because the orange spots or
is that a colour name? Is it?
Vermilion is, it's like, it's really bright, and it's not quite red, and
but
it's not
you
quite
see my
orange.
Manliness, we get like blue, red, green, yellow. I mean, vermilion. It sounds like what? Avocado. Salmon.
The funny thing is, it's a man who suggested the color, so
yeah, because you
it's
get
not
paid
just
for
a
it,
girly
I'm sure,
thing. Yeah, but I thought, well, maybe they took like what's it called? Inspiration. Maybe they took inspiration from those traffic cones at Lincoln Away. But yeah, so training kits, the crazy one, the Welsh blanket. So once I knew that that's what it was, I was like, okay, cool. I like the Welsh tip of the cap. I think that's really cool. But the colors could be just maybe the print could have been a little smaller, or the colors could have been, I don't know. I feel like a barcode when I wear that raspberry red. So I was like, I'm going to pass on this one. But since Rand's not here, I have a little etymology. So I looked up the Welsh blanket. It is called Brethyn, like brethren, but not. So it's Brethyn. And it means, literally just means cloth. It comes from, it's Middle Welsh. It comes from Proto-Celtic, and which from the word brat, which means cloak or mantle. And so that is kind of the background etymology. And then looking into it, okay, I'm going to butcher some Welsh. Here we go. It's Brethyn, Brith, Cartref. But it's not Cardiff like the team. It's Cartref, which means colorful home blanket. So it means cloth, colorful home. So it means like a colorful blanket because your home cloth is your Brethyn, Brith. No, that's the color. Brethyn, Cardiff. So, yeah, I found out all that cool stuff about our new training kits, which made me appreciate them a little more, but probably not buying them.
I will see them in person and find out what they look like, and then decisions will be made. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be nighttime, but still, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at night. Hey, Corey.
Yeah, I used to love that song, man. So you've seen the other training tops, like the one they wore on the plane that's
the travel,
that darker?
the leisure wear, travel wear type of thing. Wasn't so keen on the tracksuit. Didn't mind the polo. The tracksuit was a little bit...
Which colors? There's the polo shirt they wear on the plane, but then there's the tracksuit that's like red. Yeah. Or maybe orange.
Wasn't it blue and with a red stripe down, red zippy thing? I didn't think it was an orange.
That's no. So there's two. There's like.
Oh, I didn't see the orange one. I just saw the blue one.
Yeah. So there's Insanity kit, Insanity training wear, and then there is the like green. We would call it us girls and boys would call it more of like it's like a dark forest green, but it's kind of like a dingy dark forest green. But
they're a football team, aren't they? A vegan football team. So
I mean, they are roving. They are roving. So
okay.
You know what?
Mullen in blue. Mullen in Wigan blue, standing next to ex-captain Jimmy. It was a bit heart-wrenching, but also moving on, you know. It starts the moving on process.
Yeah, makes me sad. I dropped that picture in the chat with the training gear. Did you see the... So there's the red insane color orange. And then you got the jogging suit with Parky where it's like the green, but it's got the high vis.
I had not seen that until, we'll wait and see what that looks like in person. So.
I'm not big on polo shirts, but maybe if I'm going to get anything, it's got to be that. Oh. Yeah, I know. What is your favorite kit from the last few years? Since you've started following Wrexham.
I like this. I got no problem with the black. I got no problem with the gold. I don't hate any of them. So having favourites is a bit like, I don't.
That's football. Yeah. They're like players.
They're all my favourites. You know, they're all my favourites. I got to say. So I like the gold because my team brown and gold, Hawthorn. I like the black. I like the look of the black. So I like the feel of the dragon scales. Oh, that feels hot, don't it, Jeffrey?
I like this one probably best, and then the black long sleeve that you have, but the long sleeve I really like, and it's like way too big for me, so I feel like it's like pajamas. So
it's like having favourite children, though. You shouldn't really talk about it in public. You know, you may well have them, but best kept private.
Okay, I'm going to try to show you something. It might take a second. Okay.
Yeah.
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
What do you think?
Claymation SJ. Okay, pretty cool. Is that you're going to be on Wallace and Gromit next, eh? We've taken over Rand, and next Wallace, you're out. All right.
It was super fun to do, and I wanted to put it out because the sizing between the training tops and the kits. And I mean, just like last season, right? The 3 kits all size different. So it was fun to do. I'm glad you like it. The music is, I don't know if you remember this, but when Ryan Reynolds was doing that Spirited movie with Will Ferrell, they did a little round thing, harmonizing round. So
You're not going to get the copyright people coming after us, are you? And you'll have to chop it out.
I don't know. Hopefully no.
So if you're seeing this, if you're not seeing this, we have been banned. So if you are seeing this, we haven't been.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So anyways, kits and via Melbourne, what else have we got to talk about?
The ladies are in a little bit of upheaval. Just a change, flux.
An unknown, the great unknown.
Summer holidays with no manager and losing a couple of star players. So it will be an interesting next season.
Yeah. So the last time I looked, which was like 2 days ago, the women's manager position was still posted on vacancies on the club page. So that is not comforting.
But given how good the club are with communication, I wouldn't take that as a sign. Because it could well be up 6 months after it's posted. You never know.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, who do you think would be a good, interim gaffer, interim manager, if they don't find somebody before the beginning of the season? I'm thinking Gaz or Gemma. They're, like, in the know.
I would have thought they
right?
I would have thought they'd be stepping up, but hopefully, I mean, surely they'd get somebody beforehand.
Yeah.
Interesting if they don't, and why? What's happening? Are they waiting for the right person, or they're still looking, or they just haven't made the announcement yet? So, fingers crossed, it's not too far away, because they need to be replaced. I mean, Brooke Cairns is going to be a big loss. She played well, I thought. Made a difference when she came in.
For sure. She put out a very nice statement. I did notice in the statement, though, it just said she was moving on. It didn't say that she was signed somewhere else. The club didn't say she was released. I have a feeling she was like, I just went out of this mess. Now that's me reading into it. But, if you have a team, you're on a team, you got no leadership. She went through the Middlesbrough Academy. So
right.
she's English. So she came through the EFL system. I know. But she came through the English system, so I'm wondering if maybe she's going to try to, break back into that.
Yeah. That's the dilemma facing the women, isn't it? And the owners, do they stay in the Welsh League, which they are at the moment, and that looks like that's what the plan is, or do they move to the EFL or the women's EFL, because that's where the money is, and that's where the players want to be playing. But
yeah,
interesting.
I think that so I've got a couple of bones to pick, but the
bones
club
to the thigh bone.
I know, head, shoulders, knees, knees. So Ryan and Rob said that they were gonna the women, they're gonna make the women's team, but the social media is so bad. We'll get to this in a second, but the boys under 18s are in Vancouver. They're already posting more stuff than when, I know they weren't friendlies when the gals went to Hong Kong, but they were the unders and they were going to Hong Kong. You would think that they would get more traffic on Wrexham's main page, and okay, maybe that's just for the guys. Well, the women's page should at least be going, and it is not. Not a fan. So, I think that if you're talking about a player who wants to come to Wrexham, it's, from what my understanding is, right, it's kind of geographically isolated. So you have to find somebody that wants to live somewhere in the neighborhood, in the area. You are taken into a different league, so you're kind of passing up some visibility among other teams in the EFL. it's semi-pro. I don't know how that's different than England, but the pay scale seems like it's not the greatest. So, you know, in order to get somebody to come, what are we offering them, right? What are we giving them? We got no manager. We got, like, they almost shut down the Rock they almost pulled the license for the Rock,
if they can,
Welsh FA.
if they can buy that, maybe we're waiting to hear that they've bought that, and that's going to be the home of the women, and here's what we're going to do, and that'll help to kick things along and keep the team bubbling, you know, because they need to be seen. I would have thought seen to be doing something, and we shall find out. Time will tell.
I wonder. Yes, time will tell. Time tells all. I wonder, so, you know, the men, and they're going to have their fancy pitch at the race course, which means it can have higher traffic. If they do redo the Rock, you know, it's like a 3G pitch. I would assume it wouldn't take that long. I don't know. It's messy. But, I mean, the platform Rob and Ryan have could elevate it quite easily. Yeah. And I think that it's a missed opportunity. And that is my rant.
Your rant. Okay.
My rant.
Your rantee. Yep.
Yeah. The under 18 boys.
19s? Under 19s.
Is it under 19s or under 18s?
19.
They're still teens. Have you caught any of that?
No, they lost 3-0 to the under 21s. They're out there training.
Yeah. I saw the highlights. They did like a 2-minute highlight. There was a couple of, you know, good attempts and crossbars and stuff like that. It was okay. I do think it's interesting though that they are playing the under 21s. Yeah, so there's like a 3-inch 3-year age gap.
We're moving on. We won't be talking about young boys anymore, SJ. I think we'll move on from that.
What else do we have to talk about? We have something else to talk about, don't we? Right?
I've got no problem doing that for them. It shows them what they need to, you know, where you're going to be in 2 years, and also they play against men in some of the tournaments, and you need to play against the bigger bodies to get better. You know, that's how you get better is by losing and learning. Yeah. So, and it's a training match, you know.
Yes. I think it's kind of cool they're going to play the same team 3 times because I feel like, you know, you play home and away in a league. That way there's, you know, you get a sense of the other team, and I don't know. Yep. I know home and away, it's so there's no, nobody has a favoritism advantage of some sort. But I think that maybe, hopefully, by the 3rd match, they'll have, I don't know, some fire in it. I want to see it get those boys. A goal.
Like, hopefully they would have scored a goal. Well, I go with that.
yes, we want a goal. I think that, you know, they're learning good stuff out there. I'm hoping that by the 3rd match they'll have, what's it called when you a
goal. Score a goal. It's called scoring.
It's called a goal. Yeah. No, when you get somebody's number, isn't that it? Like, I got your number.
Oh, like you're picking up. You're getting a date. What? Can I have your number, please?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like and these are young boys under. Right, we're moving on.
Moving on.
What
do we have to move on to?
Cryptik's Corner. Did I give you the answer? Hey. I mean, seeing as how you guys had your secret, not so secret, but your wonderful interview with me or without me.
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning. Did I give you the answer for exhausting essence last time?
Okay.
I think it was a bit of an easy one. Or was it a hard one?
Oh, well, that means I'm never going to get it. Let's see.
Was it a hard?
Okay.
Exhausting essence.
I mean, you know, if you're
was it a hardy? Yeah, because it should really be in essence, because exhausting is hard. And in essence is IE. So exhausting essence, it's a bad one, but it's a hardy. It's a good one, but it's a hardy. So sorry about that. I was in off-season mode as well. But this week's one.
I think the only one I've ever gotten, I forgot that we already talked about it at the end of the other episode. It had been so long. I was like, hey, I got it. And you guys were like, yeah, we told you the answer.
We talked about it. I will see how you go with this one. See how you go with this week's.
Okay.
Sounds like Spicy Lass carried Wrexham away.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's a long one,
sound,
but sounds
wait,
like
let me see.
Spicy Lass carried Wrexham
spicy
away.
Lass
Carried
or laugh?
Lass. L-A-S-S.
Okay.
Like Lassie.
Like a girl?
Like
okay.
a girl. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like
We'll
Spicy
tune in
Lass.
next week to see if...
If anyone gets it, so sounds like Spicy Lass carried Wrexham away. Okay. See how you go with that one. Answers down below. Final fivers. Emojis.
Yeah. What do we got for our final fivers?
I just think the emoji challenge has to be a knife that we've backstabbed Ran. Is there like a little stabbing, little stabbing icon? Yeah. You know, the Ides of March is a we have gotten rid of Caesar, we've taken over. So something about a takeover and getting rid of your boss. If you can find a little emoji for that, so a little happy emoji Ran's
Is that the grappling wrestler judo guy? There's the little guy.
Yeah. I'm going to wait and see
what he's got a knife.
What our classy final fivers come up with, or see what thinking they go with. But something about the Ran overthrow. What have you got for us?
I know. Don't pay attention to that muffled yelling in the background.
Ran might be back next week if he gets out of the room and the handcuffs and the blindfold. We'll see.
I need to go buy more duct tape.
Quack quack. Okay.
A little throw out too. Since we're talking about the women, I got our everything, everywhere, all at once. So I got the stickers. If anybody wants stickers, it is Pride Month. Although I gotta say, I love those Pride people, but the rest of the world, it's not like Pride people stole every rainbow in the world. Rainbows are still for everybody. How else are we going to teach kids what colors are? That's just how things work. So whether you want a Pride sticker or just a rainbow sticker, please message the pod and we'll give you a plethora of stickers because I've got a lot of them. And I'm starting to make new ones for this season. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anyways.
Wrapping it up.
Ooh. Huh?
Have we got more? I don't think you got secret.
I don't know.
No? Probably just time to
you know what we're missing? Ran.
Not Ran. Oh, Ran. Not Ran.
Yeah. Are we
up the travelling town? Up the travelling down under town.
Down under town.
Down under. And back next week with all the stories. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Love it.